Piecemarking Setup. The piecemarking setup option, while important and integral, can at times be complicated. It is important that this setup be done prior to detailing members. This is, of course, if you are actually going to use the piecemarking option. To open the Piecemark Setup window, select Drawing Log icon, then under the Setup tab, select Open Piecemark Setup. The signature represents the layout of the final piecemarking option. It consists of various parts of either fixed or limited character length. To add a part, select it from the Piecemark part list, enter the character length, and select the Add Part button. To remove a part, select the Remove Part button. Please take note, it will remove the last one that was added. If you wish to remove the first one, you must remove all of them first. Within the signature, the number in brackets represents the minimum number of characters for that part. The part length has a default of 0 entered. This way, your piece marks are never truncated. Within the miscellaneous grouping, Sequence Trim method is an option used to alter the sequence within the member's piece mark. Selecting None will cause the system to use the sequence exactly as entered. Selecting Keep Numeric Only will cause the system to use only the numerical portion of a sequence. An example being a sequence called 1A, only the 1 shall be used. Selecting Alphanumeric Only will ensure that the alphanumeric parts of a sequence will be kept only. So that would mean special characters, such as dashes or spaces, will not be saved. Constant Character and Constant Character 2 are simply user-entered characters that can be added to the Piecemark signature. Within the Finish Code group, the user can enter a character or characters to be used within the Piecemark signature based upon the selection made when assigning a finish to the member when using the Update System tool. The grouping member type is used to configure the data required for each type of member on the project. Please note that member type is the member description found within the member's status window. The type description represents the full member description as you would find it in SAP. Characters 1 and 2 are abbreviations of the type description found above it. An example being B for beam, B for vertical braces, etc. Serial start and serial end represents the numbers to be used for the member type description found above. Extension start and extension end are simply used as safety nets if you run out of numbers for the above item. The Save as New option will save the above information as a new item within the list. The Save Change will overwrite an existing item, while Remove will delete it. The Alias options are used to link non-associated member types to existing member types. An example of this would be if my poster hangers, I want to associate the piecemarking system with a horizontal brace, I select the Add Alias button. To remove them, select the Remove Alias button. The Import button will import a previously saved piecemarking setup. Selecting the Export will export the entire contents of the window to be used at a later date if needed. We will now create an example using all the options. Sequence, the sequence in which you will find the member. Sequence-based serial, an incremental number by sequence. That is to say, for a new sequence, the mark will start at number 1. Zone, simply put, the zone the member is in. Characters type 1 and 2 represents the characters entered within the member type windows. Member type-based serial is a sequence of numbers based upon the member type. In the example shown below, beams will be using serial numbers 1 through 999. So the system, when using that option, would use the next available number. Overall serial is an incremental number system that is not based on any member type nor sequence. Constant Character and Constant Character 2 are based upon the items found within the MIS group. Finish Code uses the finish codes entered within the grouping Finish Code. Please note that any piecemark part item can only be used once within the piecemarking system. This is to ensure the proper functioning of the piecemarking setup. Here is an example of signature and how to test those results. Within the Drawing Log tab, Reserve Piecemark for Member and Model button can be used to test your piecemarking setup. Simply press the button and select your members and model and hit the Enter key. A window will open showing the suggested piecemark changes. You can now either confirm or cancel. Selecting Confirm will reserve that piecemark within the drawing log. Since we are doing but a test, we will select the Cancel button. We can then also test with a different setup. We can select the Add and Remove items by, of course, selecting the Add and Remove part. Repeat the steps that we just did, and we can verify our piecemarking system. If when we're reserving piece marks, we see an item that says no change, it just refers to this item has already been reserved within the piecemarking system. To activate the automatic piecemarking system so that when a detailer details a member, the piecemark will be available, go to the Update System tool under Setup and Options tab and make sure Get Piecemark is in the Detail column.